Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Are you at home now?
No, we're still in Arizona. Our home is not as fancy as this one. So
How
how are
long
you?
how long are you there?
Um, we are leaving this Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go home and Ellen goes to San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, he wants me to go there. I'm not sure that I can because it's too much for me. Being away from my mom
Oh, yeah.
because I need to visit with her, and
Yeah.
uh, spend some time with her. Yeah, then from San Antonio he goes to Florida, and then he comes back home. And in April, for entire April, he will be in San Diego. So I'm planning to go to San Diego for yeah for 12, 14 days, something like that.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
this is a wonderful opportunity, to travel, to enjoy uh, beautiful weather, climates. Like, during these days we visited, I don't know, have you been to Sedona?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so this area, like Bell Rock, just in front of our the house where we stay, and all these rocks like Castle and what is the name, Courthouse and Indian Outlook, and we were climbing everywhere. And I have yesterday we went to Grand Canyon and spent all day, over there and driving. So yeah, it is a wonderful opportunity, of course. And when you have free stay, in a beautiful place and jacuzzi every day, and
Wow. My God.
the weather is getting better right now.
Was it
Like
cold?
yeah, before it was chilly, several days, but right now it is getting back to normal.
It turned cold here again. We lost all the snow and I was so excited. And then we had snow. It's been snowing since yesterday morning, and we've got, I don't know, quite a few inches. And it's just like blistery cold. They said it feels like it's 6 degrees.
Okay, 6 degrees. Oh, it is very cold. And you have snow, right? It is snowing. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm coming to the snow.
Well, I have to tell you, my sister's coming as well. She's coming from Texas. She lives in
Ah,
Texas, and she lives
okay.
in Fairland, which is Houston, 20 miles south. And she's not excited about the weather either. It's my mom's 90th. So yeah, she's my mom's a leap year baby, so she's coming in for a week. She
Okay.
always comes in for a week for her birthday, but yeah, she is not thrilled about this 6 degree bull crap. She's like, yeah, this isn't good. She's like, I have to pack sweatshirts, which I don't have very many. I said, well, you can wear mine. Where's your mom? How old's your mom?
She's doing okay. She's 88 right now. She will turn 89 this coming July.
Mm.
Oh, she's doing fine. How's your mother in her
She's
another place? Can
she's
you
doing
like?
okay. Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but like the last time I was there, she told me which was I think last Tuesday. So yeah, no, because we talk on Mondays. She said she had to put the kids to bed, which is her roommates. And I'm like, what? I said, what? She goes, I had to put the kids to bed. And I'm like,
So she just has this kind of hallucination, imaginations that
yeah,
these people
I
are
think dementia is definitely
dementia.
obviously setting in. I asked her to remember two numbers for me because She had asked, why am I in a room with two women that have Alzheimer's? And I said, well, she said, do I have it? And I said, well, can you remember two numbers for me? Just the number 3 and the number 6. 4 minutes later, she had no idea what I was talking about.
Right.
I said, do you remember the numbers that I gave you? Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, oh, so it was 4 minutes.
Right, right. Yeah, it is a challenge. It is a challenge, but I hope that she's not aggressive. She's calm. She's
No,
fine.
she's calm. She does say that she likes it. She feels like she told me she has a purpose, like to help her roommates. So I
Oh,
think it's bringing a lot of self, like not being a burden to us. She kept saying, I'm a burden. I'm like, you're not a burden. Nobody's here. Just me.
right,
You're not a
right.
burden. My husband adores her, like, more than his own mother. It just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand, but like a lot of people tell me that you'll understand. They said, when you're living with, your children or whatever, I hope I never have to do that. But um they just said, you feel like a burden. And my
Yeah.
mom talked to me about it several times. And I think she doesn't have that, right? She feels like she's got her own little room and she
Okay.
can get in her little wheelchair. Well, the one thing that bothers me is she was walking. When she was at my house, she was walking. And now
Okay.
no walking in the wheelchair
Yeah.
with roommates.
Right, right. This is exactly what I experienced. Like when my mom was at home, she was walking around by herself as much as she could and as much as she wanted. Of course, sometimes I helped her, but in the home, she because they don't want her to fall, so they don't allow her to walk, and they cannot allow, like follow her all the time when she wants to walk. So probably the similar situation over there. So it is like fall prevention, but at the
Yeah.
same time, yeah, the muscles
But
are.
it's sad because, she can't walk. It's like, I don't know. I just think that hinders, even though I understand it's a safety thing, because she's fallen twice since she's been there.
Uh-huh.
So I just feel like I feel bad that she's not walking, but I feel good that she's in the chair, but I also like that's not really getting her better. But at 90, do you get better? But you got to have the mental up here. You got to like
Right.
wanna do it. And I feel like my mom, she's told me, I don't know if your mom's told you that, but she's told me several times she just wants to be with my dad. She's just like, I want to be with your dad. I don't want to live anymore.
Oh, really?
There's a
No.
depression, and so we had a therapist talking to her there, and it, I don't know if it helped her, but she's still like, I just want to be with your dad.
Okay. I don't know how to take this actually, my mom is different. So for her, the concept of death, I feel does not even exist, does not come to her mind. It is interesting because all people are already gone. I mean, my father is gone, right?
Yeah.
Her brothers, most of the relatives of her generations are gone already. And when we in our conversation if someone comes to our conversation in terms of remembering someone, so she says like, oh, like why I need to know about like death, like it does not apply to her. It is
Wow.
different. It is interesting. Yeah, being in her age and not thinking about death, I think it is great. Something great that I want to learn from her.
Yeah, I think so too, because, being depressed, I don't feel
Mhm.
like the quality of life is not
Right.
right. So not
Yeah.
thinking about it to me is like, yeah, like you said, is a whole different state of mind.
Mhm. Mhm. Here, there is a neighbor in this neighborhood, a friend of people who live in this house, the owner of this house. So he's 86. He recently stopped by to check on us. And I spoke to him. I asked him like different questions, and he, as an older person, one was willing and was actually eager to share about his life.
Aw.
And I was very impressed because he is 86, very clear mind. He rides his horse. He cleans after his horse. He's still very active. He has a partner, a girlfriend, I don't know, like a woman who, or companion, I would say, companion who ride horses with him. So they are around here, going up to
That's
up
just
to the
Edie.
hill,
Edie's
yeah, down the hill. So yeah, and he told me how he made money, how he became rich, like from his early age, like being 19, he started buying lands and then selling them. So now he accumulated good money, has good life, conditions here, and he retired for already like about 40 years since he retired. So he enjoys his life, like uh, fully enjoys his life. And his wife died 20 years ago, so he feels comfortable. And he told me that he he was hunting and killing animals with this bow. Not just what is rifle, but with the bow. And he's so proud of being strong. And he wears very good boots, to climb the mountains. So it is amazing. And the lesson again, we must be active physically.
That
Less
is
time,
so,
less time on
so
computer,
true.
more time.
That is so true. I have an elderly hay guy, and he's going to be 90. I think he's 90 now. He still does the hay with his son. His son is my age, and they're out there, you know, plowing the hay, and it just boggles my mind. And he said to me, he said, the minute you go in the house and sit down, you're done. He's like, you got to keep active. And I've really carried that like, because he told me that probably, I don't know, maybe close to 10 years. And I'll never forget him saying that. Like, you got to keep going. You can't be sitting down and just that's it. He
Yeah.
said, 'cause your body will shut down. He's like, you got to keep it moving. And he is super tiny, like he's just a sack of bones, but he
But
just keeps going.
but if you think about like older people, how many of them have extra weight? Probably none, right?
Right, right,
So that means that if you stay active, you stay in better shape and you have longer life and
right.
quality of life. This is very important.
It
So
is extremely important. I agree with you 100%. I really think that, and when most people retire, what do? They become couch potatoes.
oh, exactly.
And I think that's very sad. Mostly Americans do this, that they retire and they think that's it. I'm not going to do anything. If you ask them, so what are you going to do? I've had so many people look at me and go, absolutely nothing.
When I was working for a business school, I was in minority, like because most of faculty members are men, and they are older men or elder men. They're already at the age of retirement, but they still come and continue work. And I got the sense that they really don't know what to do if they retire. you know of course their work is not physical, so they can continue teaching the same material for another 100 of years, but like they don't want to leave the job because they don't really know what to do. And this is why I think that many people really don't know what to do, how to change their lifestyle from being working, right, to not being obligated to work. So they become couch potatoes in many cases. How do you feel about your healing? Because taking care of your mom for 5 years, so I know where you've been at that point. So how how are you feeling right now after a couple months or maybe 3 months since that
Um,
time? 2 months probably.
I feel pretty good. From time to time, I know I'll get sad and start crying because
Oh,
I still feel like why couldn't why couldn't I care for her till the end? And that still knocks on me. And even though so many people have told me, that is not possible, right? I mean,
you should not
I
devote your life. Yes.
right, but I still feel like she would have done it for me, right? I just it just
But
it's something I
it
have
is
to.
another time. It is different generation, and the life is different. During her time, of course, like most people watch their parents, at home because it was not this type of services available for elder people. But I don't know if I told you one story from Russia. One woman, she was a department head at the university, and she was watching for her mom for like 8 years probably. After her mom, and she didn't have family, probably because they had very limited, space, living space, and it was very hard for her to improve. It is not America. You should keep in mind, like a head of department in America would be able to improve living conditions, but not in Russia. And my sense that she didn't have her own family because living together with her mother. So she spent her life devoting to her mother. She watched her, took care of her, and she died after her mother passed away, like in 6 months. So she gave all resources, all her life to her mother, and she died herself. So that means that we have only life, and we need to live as much as possible fully our own life. And our parents are good. I understand you crying, and I cried many times. I also felt like guilty, but this is not right to feel guilty. My mom in a good situation. People take care of her. She does not need anything besides me being around her. But I cannot be 24/7 with her because my life was falling apart. And you must live your own life, and like you should take care of yourself to make your husband happy, right? To
Mm,
make your children happy. Because if you are unhappy, if you are crying, they will be worried about you,
yeah,
and you don't want it.
yes, that is true. And my my husband does say, you shouldn't feel guilty, and
You should
but
not.
it's just something I don't know. But other than that, most of the time I feel like, wow, I have time to do this. I have time to do that. And just the like being able to go to bed and not have to worry, like, am I going to be woken up during the night or that whole. So I feel like part of me is coming off of that, right? And it's gonna for 5 years, that's a long time. So I think it's gonna take a while.
Oh
before
yes,
I-
it will take, healing will take time. Yes.
yeah,
Do you sleep okay? How is your night sleep?
I do sleep okay. I don't know if we want to add this. I take a gummy to sleep, and it's helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm addicted, but it's better than any other product that I've tried, and I won't take sleeping pills.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I take gummies, and I don't want to be on them, but in order,
Mm-hmm.
and I started taking them probably in the last, I want to say the 8 months, like the last 8 months, because it was getting so bad with my mom. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, if I don't sleep, because I don't sleep, my mind is just going.
I know.
But if I don't sleep, I can't handle taking care of her, right?
Exactly.
So I use that as an aid where now, she is not here. So I'm wondering, and I've tried a couple of nights, but I'm staring at the ceiling till 5 in the morning. So I'm like, I'm definitely have to learn. Maybe I need to get back to meditation. Um,
Oh, yes.
I did that for so long and it was wonderful. And you got to like make it a point to like, I need to meditate right now.
Yeah, I don't know much about meditation. If it would help you to start, you can teach me how to meditate or explain to me, and we can do meditation together. And maybe it will help you to go back to make meditation as a routine because it must be part of your life. So,
A huge
um,
part. I did it for, let's see, I've stopped now for a couple of years, and I think I started right after my dad passed because I couldn't, it was hard to handle that, even though I knew he was older and we knew 2 or 3 months. Actually, we knew 5 months before he had passed because they sent him home from the hospital and said he has 2 months because um, his heart was giving out and he lived 5. So
mhm.
like I knew that it was coming, but it just threw me over the edge. And so the meditation really changed my life. I went and I took a course through transcendental meditation and it was wonderful. You just think clear. I was much more creative. I slept really well. I can't even begin to describe how your life changes when you do meditate. And so I had my girls take the course as well, and they love it, but they have stopped as well. They stopped meditating because their life has gotten crazy. And my oldest always talks about like, I need to get back. I need to get back to it. But I remember my youngest saying, because we did a group meditation from where I took the course in Ann Arbor. And I remember her coming out, and she deals a lot with depression. And so she came out and she was just so elated. And I said, what's going on? And she said, in that meditation, there's just something that came over me that made me so happy, so incredibly happy, Mom, that I started to, tears were coming down. And I said, honey, that's beautiful. And she said, I've never experienced such happiness. And I was like, that, you know, wow. And
Okay.
we're not allowed to, because it's a mantra, right?
Mm.
A mantra. And we're not allowed to discuss. And I don't know if they do that because they don't want other people telling, because you go through a whole like ritual. They do this really old ritual with you to come up with your mantra.
Do you do something physical besides working in your farm, feeding your
I
animals?
I loved to walk and I did yoga and I haven't, right? I haven't done yoga in probably 2 years. Yeah, something like 2 years maybe. Um, yeah, I haven't been walking either like I used to, and I want to get back to that. Um, because I'm dealing with extra weight that I should not have. It's kind of weird because when most of your life you don't have it, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
too, menopause, like that.
Hmm.
You just get really sedentary. But I have I'm so excited. I'm completely redoing my gardens this year. I really want to focus on my garden this year. It'll be nice not to have my mom because I couldn't leave her, right? So the weeds and everything really took a toll, and it was a shame because you spend so many hours, planting seeds. I had over 1,000 seeds, and I couldn't tell you what I harvest. That's horrific. That, like, what? So this year, with me not having her, I'll be able to spend a lot more time in the garden planning and prepping. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I know, because I do have a tractor, but I do know there's going to be a lot of physical, because of a lot of physical activity, because I'll be doing most of it by wheelbarrow because I won't be able to get my tractor into the garden. So yeah.
Wonderful. For how long is your sister coming? How long she's going to be?
She's only going to be here a week. So it's funny because she has she lives in a subdivision. She has a small backyard, but she just said the other day, she says, I don't know why I have grass in my backyard. The whole thing should be a big garden. And I said, it should. And I said, I should fly out, and help you get set up, and then have you come, because right now when she's coming, we have snow. I can't really prep my garden, because I have asked AI to help me completely restructure my garden, and I'm just over the moon. It took quite a few hours to get where I wanted it, and now I have this beautiful drawing.
What AI tool did you use for that?
I started with Gemini, but then I went back to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT I've been working with for, I don't know, 4 years now. It's been a long time.
Wow.
And so I feel like she really, really knows me and understands me. Gemini, when I went there, they gave me something, I said, here's my seeds. This is my garden layout. The sun comes, from here to there. And it gave me, I have no idea. It gave me a diagram that my seeds weren't in there. I have no idea where they pulled that from, but I just found it interesting. And then ChatGPT gave me exactly what I was looking for. And it's so cute and so adorable. So I am just so excited. I'm really excited because I initially had my garden in the orchard, and I don't know if I said this before, but I got a much higher yield, and now I have my garden over by the barn. And I think I was talking to you about how the chickens can run around. So I have a chicken, right? And it's amazing how much the chickens keep the squirrels and the chipmunks at bay. There's no rabbits or anything getting into your garden, right? Because they don't want to cross that chicken. Now I'm thinking about irrigation and stuff like that. I've never had an irrigation system. And so I'm doing the comparison. ChatGPT is helping me with the comparison as far as economical wise. Do you do the systems that they have, or do you just do something like PVC piping? I think I'm going to go with the PVC pipe, because once you buy it, you're done. Were those tiny little hoses they get?
Yeah, I know.
Have you tried them? I've never tried.
No, I have not tried, but I saw how other people do that. Yeah, I mean, I saw the system. Of course, I'm not familiar. I didn't touch anything, but I observed some. But are you going to collect rainwater, or you're using do you have well?
I have a well. We live on a well, but I am going to, I have one rain barrel, two rain barrels, and then I just bought a third one that I think I'm going to put on my back patio, because I have huge landscaping back there, and I always have to drag hoses, and it's a real issue. And it takes, and every other gardener knows this, it takes 2 hours. You're out there for 2 hours and you're spraying on top, which is not good at all.
Right.
Even at not 6 o'clock in the morning, but 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're out there watering and the sun is coming down. So I really want just a drip system. And my husband got all excited. He's like, yeah, do it. So I'm really, really excited about it. And
Alan, my husband, and I spoke about his experience in Arizona, and he told me about one Airbnb here where he was staying. And he told me that woman who hosted him, she also had experience on Airbnb, which is a part, it does not relate to your stay. I mean, she had a farm, and she, for extra money, took people to her farm to show them around.
Wow.
And I was thinking about you. You
Yeah.
can start like your business idea with just Airbnb. You can open like for 1 week during certain period of time. That's it, or whatever, Or you can open so after people book, you can close the other dates if you don't want a lot of people. But you can offer this experience as a side of your Airbnb
I
to
thought about that.
generate more money.
Yeah,
And I,
no, I think that's a great idea. I've actually thought about that, and because there's a lot of people that just like my friends came over Saturday. She brought her kids, and they're in high school. They're like teenagers, and they were just loving on my goats. They're like, how awesome this is just to be around it, right? And then some
exactly,
people don't have like the land or spot to actually garden a garden, and they want to get their hands dirty. And
exactly.
I think there's that opportunity is really there.
Have wonderful opportunity with the properties that you have. You can generate another, like source of money, and you can replace some of your clients, with some more physical work and with some flexibility.
Yeah,
Instead of
I think
sitting
that
at the computer.
yes, absolutely. And I think there's an opportunity as well to bring in different groups like youth groups and homeschooling groups. I told you that I homeschooled my girls up until my oldest went into 6th grade. Yeah, so for 5 years.
So you did homeschooling from 6 till the end of the schooling?
No, I did
Or
from
before?
1st to 5th grade.
Elementary through fifth.
Oh, and yeah, so I know that there's a lot of homeschooling programs out there. They could come and whatever, if they just want to run in the woods and make forts, whatever. Yeah.
Hi, Tara.
You're being all casual.
Yeah, your mom's dog. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
this is my mom's
I
dog.
remember her.
And I'm going to see her on Wednesday because my sister's coming in on Wednesday. And I'm going to take her. So she's going to need a bath. Look how bashful she's being. You're being so bashful. I'm going to give her a bath, but it's so cold. Oh,
Yeah, it is cold. So maybe you want to wait until
yeah.
a little bit later when it is going to be
Yeah.
warmer. I have so many people I interviewed for my Russian channel. Mostly they are women, mostly, but there are some men, and I built very good relationships with people. Now, one of my interviewee is coming to visit me. So can you imagine? So her name is also Ina, and she is between two jobs, and she, like she spoke to me, told me about her situation, and I said, like, why you don't want to get some rest and go somewhere? And she said, I don't have money to go, like for all inclusive stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you can come to me so we can fun together, record some videos, and have my girlfriends over. So she's coming to see me for several days, and it would be fun.
That's
Yeah, so
fantastic.
it is like community, like I'm building a community of
Yes.
people who never knew each other but got together and found so many things in common. And I feel support. They watch my videos, they write comments. So I really appreciate this kind of
That's
friendship.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So I have several clients that keep me extremely busy. So I feel like because they keep me so extremely busy, I feel like my stuff that I want to do gets thrown at the bottom, right?
Right.
So at that time, 6 o'clock, you're still on your computer, and I want to go have dinner with my husband.
Exactly.
Right? You need some time to breathe. And so it's really hard. And not that I'm complaining, I have the work and I love it. And
Right.
I just feel like I'm trying really hard to stop working. Like my husband says, you're on your laptop 24/7. Okay. I've heard that over the years. My girls would say that, Mom, you're on your laptop all the time. I have to learn to stop and say, I'm done for the day.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
not going to work this weekend. I'm going to be in my garden, right? I have to and it's really hard because you want, I can just do this in a half hour. I can throw this together and get it out there. No, it just
Mhm.
keeps going.
It's long. I think we are good for today.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. I wish you to have a wonderful week.
Okay,
Absolutely.
great.
Mhm.
All
Okay,
right.
sounds good.